So here's my review for the movie that's making animal rights activists go grrrr. A Dog's Purpose, directed by Lasse Hallström. A dog movie directed by Lasse. Starring the voice of Josh Gad, who voices this dog spirit that reincarnates from dog to dog to dog. The movie centers around two main dogs, Bailey, and at the end of the movie we get Buddy. And it centers around the main owner, Ethan, who we see as a boy, a teenager, and then as a grown adult played by Dennis Quaid, as well as we see other owners in this movie. Now, I just wanted to see this because basically I didn't want to see the Resident Evil movie. I was going to this movie because I wanted to avoid Resident Evil. And I have to say, I bet this movie's better than Resident Evil, but still not all that good and not all that memorable, really. The main owner of this movie, Ethan, is a pretty good character, and I did like the romance he gets with Hannah, played by Britt Robinson. I thought their chemistry was pretty good, even though the romance is a bit Nicholas Sparks-esque. One other thing I did like, it's a little bit of a spoiler, is when Ethan first finds the dog Bailey, he and his mother find him in this car where the dog is panting because of the fact that he's trapped in the car and the heat from the car is making him very thirsty and making him suffocate and everything. So I did like that the mother breaks the window in order to get the dog out. That is one thing I did like, because that's one of the things that we are told, that we shouldn't leave dogs in cars because they could die from the heat and suffocation and panting for thirst and everything. I was very glad that that scene was in the movie in order to hearken to that fact. And Josh Gad's voice was pretty good, but at the same time, maybe a little bit annoying. I kind of wish they wrote the dog spirit a little bit differently and maybe had a different voice at times. Because the cutesy things, sometimes I liked and sometimes I didn't like. So it's a bit of a mixed bag with this dog voice here. And let's get to the controversial scene of the movie. So at one point of the movie, this dog spirit goes into a girl dog, and this is when the dog becomes a police dog. There's a scene where the dog has to save a life, jump into rushing water to save a life, and animal rights activists are getting really mad about this scene because you see a dog going into rushing water, and in the video that they see, the behind the scenes video, the dog gets a little bit afraid of jumping into rushing water, and you think that this is animal abuse by making this dog jump into rushing water, but at the same time this is what the dog signed up for. And there are police dogs that do this, and that's what police dogs are trained to do at times. So sometimes this is what they have to do, and movie dogs are pampered pretty well in order to do their job. And it's not like these dogs are treated well for this movie. I mean, the little dog in this film that you see the dog go into got treated very well and got to eat a lot. So there's that. And let's talk about the negatives of this movie. The main negative of this movie is the fact that it's a little bit forgettable, really, and a very cheesy movie, but I didn't really mind the cheesiness much. Josh Gad's voice can be a little bit annoying at times. There were times when his voice was very cute and sweet, but other times his voice was just a bit annoying, and I kind of wish you had a different person voicing the character, and maybe some different writing, maybe something different for the dog to say instead of let's say how he torments the cat in the movie. You know, you're just mad because you're not a dog. It's like, no, he's mad because you're bothering him. Also, this movie is very predictable at times. And then there's the fact that this is about a dog that goes through reincarnation over and over and over again. Sometimes you're just waiting for the dog to die and then being reborn. So there were times when it was a little bit hard to get invested in caring about the dog because you knew the dog was going to die and get reborn again. Overall, it's an okay movie, but really not all that memorable. So I'm going to give this movie a C. It's pretty much just a rental, and that's all I gotta say for A Dog's Purpose.